Go to the book of Ezra. The 9th chapter. So a lot of you don't believe in Apocrypha, but we can go in Apocrypha and show you. Same thing, it coincides with the regular Revised Version Bible. So, Ezra, the 9th chapter. Now, when these things were done, the princes of Israel, the princes came to me saying, the people of Israel and the priests and the Levites have not separated themselves from the people of the lands, doing according to their abominations, even of the Canaanites, the Hittites, the Perizzites, the Jebusites, the Ammonites, the Moabites, the Egyptians, and the Amorites. All these so-called African, Japanese, Chinese, and Edomites. For they have taken up their daughters for themselves and for their sons, so that the holy seed, the 12 tribes of Israel, have mingled themselves with the people of those lands. Yeah, the hand of the princes and rulers have been chief in this trespass. You know, it's against the laws of the Most High. We just read it in the law. He told us not to do it because they're going to turn your mind away from following the Most High. And when I heard this thing, I ripped my garment and my mantle and plucked off the hair of my head and of my beard. Plucked off the hair. We already went through this. I mean, we went through this already. Only in the Apocrypha. You can go back to the lessons. We going through this. You'll see we already went through this. You heard this. But now it's in the Revised Version Bible. And sat down astonished, heavy. See. Then were assembled unto me every one that trembled at the words of the most high power of Israel, because of the transgression of those that had been carried away. And I sat astonished until the evening sacrifice. And at the evening sacrifice I rose up from my heaviness, and having rent my garment and my mantle, I fell upon my knees and spread out my hands unto the most high power of heaven. See, I spread out my hands to the Most High, my power, and said, "O my power, I am ashamed and blush to lift up my face to thee, my power, for our iniquities." See what he said? He didn't do it. This is what works, Israel. Hear what he's saying? Our iniquities. Did he marry into these strange women? No. But he still included himself. This is what works. This is marvelous in the eyes of the Most High. I can show you over and over again. He said, for our iniquities, even though he didn't do this, but he's still including himself. Our iniquities are increased over our head, and our trespasses grown up unto the heavens. Since the days of our fathers have we been in a great trespass to this day, and for our iniquities have we, including himself, even though he's not him, our kings and our priests been delivered into the hand of the kings of the lands, going into captivity, slavery, and bondage, to the sword, to captivity, and to a spoil, and to confusion of face, as it is this day. Not even know who we are, to this day. I love it. It goes right along with right now. And now for a little space, grace has been shown from the Most High, our power. Not getting something you do deserve, or getting something you don't deserve. Salakia. To leave us a remnant to escape, and to give us a nail in his holy place, that our power may lighten our eyes and give us a little reviving in our bondage. For we were bondmen, yet our power have not forsaken us in our bondage, but have extended mercy. That's not getting something you do deserve. That's mercy. Grace is getting something you don't deserve. Unto us in the sight of the kings of Persia. In the Persian and Median Empire, it says, to give us a reviving, to set up the house of our power, and to repair the desolations thereof, and to give us a wall in Judah and in Jerusalem. Remember, Cyrus had vowed to allow us to go back into Israel to build our temple again. And now, O my power, what shall we say after this? That blessed us to have the king of Persia, Cyrus, proclaim that we can go back into Israel to build a temple. That's why Darius was brought up on charge and say, hey, look, this is what Cyrus had declared. So he had to honor that. For we have forsaken thy commandments. See that? We have forsaken thy commandments, even though he didn't. But it's still our sins. You see? We have sinned. Which thou hast commanded by thy servants the prophets, saying, the land unto which ye go to possess it is an unclean land with the filthiness of the people of the lands with their abominations. No different than wherever we went. There was not Israelites ruling and regulating and bringing forth the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High. It is still the same. Filthy and full of abominations, filthy wicked acts, sins, which have filled it from one end to another with their uncleanness. All kind of uncleanness. Wherever we went in captivity, y'all. Remember, all the gods of the nations are idols. Now, therefore, give not your daughters unto their sons, neither take their daughters unto your sons, nor seek their peace or their wealth forever, that ye may be strong and eat the good of the land and leave it for an inheritance to your children forever. Say, don't deal with them. Don't make no contracts with them. Don't. He said, smite them, kill them. And after that, and after all that has come upon us for our evil deeds, not doing what the Most High said do, and for our great trespass, seeing that thou, our power, have punished us less than our iniquities deserve, and have given us such deliverance as this. Hear that? He gave us less punishment as our iniquities deserve. He's a righteous man speaking this. But he's including himself, because the Most High put the righteous and the wicked into captivity, slavery, and bondage. Nobody exempt or exempt from this. Verse 14, should we, including himself, this is marvelous in the eyes of the Most High, again break thy commandments and join in affinity with the people of these abominations? Should we join with the people of these filthy wicked acts? Would it not thou be angry with us till thou hast consumed us, so that there should be no remnant nor escaping? O Most High Power of Israel, thou art righteous. You hear that? The Most High is righteous. He is not evil in any way, shape, or form. Thou art righteous, O Most High. For we remain yet escape, as it is this day. Behold, we are before thee in our trespasses, for we could not stand before thee because of this. So you ain't standing before the Most High because of transgressions. But a lot of you think you could do it anyway. Look what it says in 2nd Ezra 8 and 48. 2nd Ezra 8:48. Same Ezra. He's Most High telling them. You heard him say, we have sinned, our sins, and so forth. He says, in this also thou art marvelous before the Most High. This is all of us could take heed to our forefather Ezra and all the rest of the prophets. And first and foremost, Mashiach Yahushua gives us understanding. In this also thou art marvelous before the Most High. You heard all that Ezra said. And that thou hast humbled thyself. That's first and foremost. This is humility within Ezra, as it becometh thee, and hast not judged thyself worthy to be much glorified among the righteous. Hear what it said? So he wasn't talking about they did it, and I'm holier than thou. Even though he was holier than thou, he didn't say that. He said, hey, look, we have sinned. Our sins. All of us together with the wicked. Not he's so righteous that he's not going to pray for those that are wicked. Even our forefather Abraham prayed for dang on Sodomites in Sodom and Gomorrah and so forth. So these are the examples that we have to go before the Most High as our forefathers did. But it takes humility, like I say, because he has humbled himself. You ain't going to do it if you got pride and you can't do it. And all of us got that. We got to be de-Edomanized, because that's the highest pride for people in this earth. When you read the enemies of the Most High, the haters of the Most High in Psalms 83rd chapter, they the first one named because they have lifted up their head. That's in pride. So everybody's, correlating themselves with them to this day. But listen what he said. 2nd Ezra 8:49, in that thou hast humbled thyself as it becometh thee, and hast not judged thyself worthy to be much glorified among the righteous. Listen what he say. For all of us living today, for many great miseries, hear this, great miseries, shall be done to them that in the latter time, but in the last days, believe this, shall dwell in the world. Why? Because they have walked in great pride. That's why you better humble yourself. Have a broken and contrite spirit before the Most High. Humble you in a real way, and you call on him, he say, hey, he's going to laugh and mock at you. Say, get away from me, you that work iniquity. I never knew you. That's serious, people. So now, as you see, we're dealing with Israelites dealing with these other nations. These other nations. And he told us in Baruch, the 4th chapter, in the 3rd verse, Baruch 4 and 3, said, give not thy honor to another. See, don't give our honor, it was honorable to us, to another, nor the things that are profitable unto thee to a strange nation. What's profitable to us? Our power. The Most High power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And if you understand what he said before this, he's talking about keeping the laws of the Most High. You could do all you want. You could try and give them the laws, statute, commandments, the faith of the Mashiach h.o.i. You could try your best to try and get them to know the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, who was the forefather of the 12 tribes of Israel. You can show them faith, believe, this, that, the third, or whatever it is that we believe. Just the end result. Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 7. This is the end result. This is what they're going to say when salvation is coming on this earth, when Mashiach decided to judge and make war and set up righteousness on this earth. This is what they're going to say. Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 7. We reared ourselves in the way of wickedness and destruction. Yeah, we have gone through deserts where there lay no way. Mashiach say he's the way. This is what it says. But as for the way of the Most High and Mashiach h.o.i, we have not known it. That's when salvation is coming on this earth. Righteousness is coming on this earth forever and ever and ever. They're going to say, as for the way of the Most High and Mashiach h.o.i, we have not known it. So you can waste your time if you want to. That's why the Most High said, Baruch 4 and 1. This is the book of the commandments of the Most High and a law that endureth forever. All they that keep it shall come to life. That's that everlasting life that we just read about. What they're going to say as we're receiving everlasting life. Most High will. But such as leave it shall die. You leave the laws and commandments of the Most High, you're going to die. Turn thee, O Jacob, and take hold of it. Take hold of the laws, such commandments of the Most High, that thou may walk in the presence of the light thereof. We went to Proverbs 6 and 23. It said the light is the commandments of the law of the Most High, that thou mayest be illuminated. You may be illuminated in the eyes of the Most High. Who cares about being illuminated in this world? Mashiach made himself no reputation. So ain't about no reputation in this world. You're going to be illuminated before the eyes of the Most High, which are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. He's talking about the laws and commandments to bring you to life. Notice what it say now. Give not thine honor to another. Don't give your honor to another, nor the things that are profitable unto thee. What's more profitable than us coming back to the laws and statute commandments of the Most High, following his rules and regulations? To a strange nation. Because he said he showed his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgment unto Israel. He have not dealt so with any other nation. As for his judgment, they have not known them. You see? So, praise ye the Most High. Psalms 147, 19 to 20. So, this is what you got to see. This is a waste of time. They're not going to ever get this. He said, as for the way of the Most High and Mashiach h.o.i, we have not known it. Now, you're going to make them know something that the Most High already declared they're not going to know? You're going to surpass the Most High, and here's what he said he's going to do, to let you know this is where it's going down. So back to the fact, though, the Most High said we ain't supposed to be dealing with these other nations. Most High, he didn't create no interracial marriages. So we all this is guiding our way to, in the spirit, to the sons of the Most High having sex with the daughters of men. Okay, we going there. But we got to establish what's the law and what we did concerning men marrying these strange women of these other nations. Let's go to First Ezra, 7th chapter. No, 9th chapter. Salakia. First Ezra, the 9th chapter and the 7th verse. So Ezra arose up and said unto them, Ye have transgressed the law in marrying strange wives, thereby to increase the sins of Israel. So we've married these nations, women that were not Israelites. And doing this, increasing the sins of Israel. And now by confessing, give glory unto the most high power of our fathers, who's the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Acts 3:13. And do his will. Do the will of the Most High and do what? And separate yourselves from the heathen of the land and from the strange women. You hear that? So what did they do? Verse 36. All these had taken strange wives, and they put them away with their children. See that? They put them away, put the strange women away with their children. So I think I'll cover it up. No, I better go to the end of time when the Mashiach Shai come back to judge and make war. So I'll give you one more scenario before we go into it. And with all this being said, hopefully you won't forget this by the time we go into Genesis 6th chapter. So Matthew 25:31. This is Mashiach Shai coming back to this earth to judge and make war. When the Son of Man shall come in his glory, and all the holy angels with him, then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory. He going to have powers from authority. And before him shall be gathered all nations. Listen at this carefully now. Before Mashiach Shai shall be gathered all nations, and he shall separate them one from another. Well, why is he going to separate all the nations one from another if it's okay for everybody to be together? He going to separate all the nations one from another. He could put the Chinese over here, the Japanese over there, the Philippines over there, the Israelites over there, Edomites over there, so-called white people over there, and the Hamites, the so-called Africans over there, the East Indians over there, the Arabs over here, and you name them. He going to separate the nations one from another, as a shepherd divided his sheep from the goats. Okay, so right there, let you know, he's not about integration. Else you let everybody be together like you are, and the judgments come down as such. He going to put the sheep on it, like you say, and he shall set the sheep on his right hand, but the goats on the left, right? So when you look at, go to Deuteronomy 32, 8 and 9. Deuteronomy 32 and 8, to show you how the Most High is dealing with division. Deuteronomy 32 and 8. It's the law. When the Most High divided, now integrated to the nations their inheritance. He divided to the nations their lands that they would live on. When he separated the sons of Adam, he separated, he integrated no one. He separated all the sons of Adam. He set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel. So he gave the people their land once he gave Israel, the Israelites, our land. For the Most High's portion is his people. Jacob is the lot of his inheritance. So this is what the Mashiach Shai coming back to do. When he come back, he say, going to divide to the nations their inheritance. He divided the nations. He didn't integrate no nations. He divided everybody up. That's why he gave every nation their woman to procreate. But now they done mixed it all up and they got all kind of things going on. Look at Ecclesiastes 24 and 8 in the Apocrypha. So the Creator of all things gave me a commandment, and he that made me caused my tabernacle to rest, and said, let thy dwelling be in Jacob, and thine inheritance in Israel. See? There it is. So his inheritance is in Israel, with the Israelites. So Mashiach Shai, when he come back, he, like you say, he going to separate all the nations one from another as a shepherd divided his sheep from the goats. Matthew 25:31 down. Verse 33. And he shall set the sheep on his right hand. He going to set the sheep on his right hand. Remember Matthew 15 to 24. Don't forget that. But he answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. So we're going to put the 12 tribes of Israel on his right hand, but the goats on the left. You're going to put the goats on the left. So now we know, since we read Matthew 15:24, but he answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. That's the sheep, 12 tribes of Israel. That's going to be on his right hand. But the goats, who are the goats? Daniel's 8:21. Hold that. We're going to come back to Matthew 25th chapter. Just hold it. We got to define these goats. Daniel 8:21. Just a moment.